What is going on, everybody? Today I'm going over Fiverr stock, ticker symbol FVRR. Let me tell you before we even start, I love Fiverr, and this is going into my not forever portfolio, but probably for the next 5-10 years. This has been recommended by Motley Fool many times, and if you see here, trusted by Facebook, Google, Netflix, Procter & Gamble, PayPal. People are sleeping on Fiverr, and everyone on YouTube, I would say at least 80% of YouTubers are using Fiverr one way or another. With that being said, let's go over Fiverr stock and get a better picture of what's going on with this lovely great company, which I love. Let's get going. Fiverr ticker symbol FVRR, Yao summary page. Price today 223, up 14%. Whole market is up, but I really like this price because about a month ago the price was here, 336. So they went down. Well, yesterday it was below 200, so they went down like 40% in a month, which is pretty awesome. We got a nice correction, and for me, I could have added on the dip. Up to me, not up to you, doesn't matter. If you look at the 52-week range, went from 20 bucks, that was the IPO price, but I think it didn't open 20, it just started straight to like 30 or something on day one IPO, and then it did like 11x in a year, which is crazy. But ignore the number. Don't think, I keep saying this to you guys, ignore the number here. You don't pay 200 bucks per share. You pay $8 billion market cap per share. Your goal is to think that this company will either be more than $8 billion in the future or less. And if you assume it will be more, and I assume it will be a whole lot more than $8 billion market cap in the future, then $225 price tag is nothing when I think it's worth, I don't know, 40 billion, like 5x from here, at least $1,000, at least. And I'm not even going over the financial, which I will in a minute. I'm gonna go over the financials, definitely, but you gotta understand before I even go there, every single person on YouTube that has, I don't know, I would say more than 1,000 followers is you starting to use or think about using Fiverr in some way, shape or form, including myself. All my thumbnails are from Fiverr, and I assume many people are doing the same. People using Fiverr to the video editing, to music, or whatever the case, sound effect, anything that you can possibly think of. And this is just YouTube. There's so much stuff going on, and people don't talk about Fiverr. People talk about Tesla, NIO, but talk about the company that can make you a whole lot X return, in my opinion, not the financial advice, because the market cap is only, and I say this very nicely, only $8 billion. You need to think, if you buy a stock, is your stock can go to 100 billion a couple of years. That's how you should look at growth stock. And if this stock is at 8 billion, I need to think and answer myself, can Fiverr go to $100 billion market cap? In my opinion, yes. When? Probably a decade from now, and I'm okay with that. So that will put the price target 2,500, and I'm okay waiting 10 years for this to happen. That being said, let's go over some details and see what's going on. Here I'm at the growth estimate of the Analyst. The next 5 year per annual, they're expected to grow by 77.1, let's say 77% per year for the next 5 years. That's pretty awesome. So every year they're planning to grow by 77%. This is a super hyper growth stock people don't really know about, but everyone using. If you see YouTube, everyone will tell you, hey, go use Fiverr for this. I use Fiverr to this. I see videos people saying I use Fiverr for day trading. I gave someone Fiverr to trade stocks, to trade penny stock, all that stuff. I'm not even talking about everyone that's using Fiverr for YouTube. It's a lot more simple than Upwork, and I've used both. Upwork, you need to do interviews, you need to screen. Fiverr is so simple, it's just insane. And no, it is not $5. I'm paying a whole lot more, and that's the misconception. People think, hey, you need just $5, this company doesn't make any money. Not true. I pay a whole lot more. No one is even doing $5 anymore. This is like the super basic level of a gig, and that's not, no, I'm paying like 15-20 bucks each time I'm doing a thumbnail or two, something like that. I'm not even including video editing stuff, which I will do in the future. But either way, 77% growth for the next 5 years per annual. If you guys know me, anything over 20% a year is hyper growth, which is that's where Fiverr is going. That's why I'm very happy to buy the stock at 220 instead of 330 a month ago. Just my opinion. Let's keep going. Let's go over some financials of Fiverr stock. Income statement. This is the first one that I'm going over. I want to say first of all, total revenue is growing, and I have the end of 2020, which is a good thing. So let's see. In 2018, they made a revenue of 75 million. Okay. 2019, it went over 107 million. Okay, that's another 40% growth from 2018 to 2019, and 2020 it really like exploded to the upside, $189.5 million. So that's an 80% growth in revenue in 1 year, from 107 million to 190 million. This is a great number, and we haven't even started. This is just so much growth in Fiverr. And yes, I don't sound so objective, but I'm super bullish on Fiverr, and rightly so. I look at the numbers, I look at everyone using Fiverr. I just see a good when I see good stock, I just jump on board. That's all it is. It also doesn't hurt that Motley Fool is pumping Fiverr every single month in the last 6 months or something. If you want to grab a copy of Motley Fool Stock Advisor, which I highly recommend, and I am a paid member, there's a link in the description below, 99 bucks. If you sign from the link in the description below, I will get a little commission, which is always a good thing. You can support this channel as well as get Motley Fool. I'm in the net income. Okay, so they made gross extra $80 million, and the net income went from 36 million 2018 to 34 million negative 36 million, negative 34. Okay, and then in 2020 it went from negative 34 million to negative 14.8, let's say negative 15 million. So they saved another $20 million. They cut from, let's say, 34 to 14. That's another 20 million, which means that by the end of 2021, if they're going at the same rate, and they're going at a better rate than 2020, because more and more people are using Fiverr and will keep using Fiverr, this will turn into a positive, I assume, by this year, by Q4, let's say, to be conservative. I won't say Q2, but by the end of the year. So let's say next year from now, I will see a positive number and just growing from there. And this was a negative number that when they were at 330, they're now at 220. I'm a buyer all day long of Fiverr stock. Was very happy with this dip. People are very scared when a dip comes. You gotta be very happy when a dip comes to add to your shares that you love and you wanna buy long term, basically. And I see this is a great positive number, moving from 34 million negative net to 14 million negative net, which means a year from now this number should be at least $5 million positive, if not more. Let's keep going, but that's a good number. In the balance sheet, guys, total assets, this again explosive number. I'm not just inventing stock or pumping stock or all that nonsense. When I'm bullish on a stock, I'm not bullish on a stock that's gonna give me 10% a year. I'm bullish on a stock that has a 10x potential, in my opinion only. Not a financial advice. Look at this. 2018 total assets 111 million. 2019 more than double, 236 million. Okay, from 111 to 236, that's like 120% growth. And from 2019 to 2020, total assets grew from 236 million to 860 million. That's almost 400%, and they are almost at $1 billion in assets. I assume by next year they will be more than $1 billion in assets. This is a great, not great, like insane hyper growth. There's a reason why Motley Fool is advising you to buy Fiverr every single month since I think September, and we are now in March. Every month, one of the recommendation is crazy. It's either Fiverr or one of those. I won't tell you which one. Go check the link in my description for Motley Fool. I love Fiverr for the reason that I use them every day, and tons of other people use them every day. They're so simple. So simple, it's crazy. They get the job done with great price and great quality. This is a great job. Look at this, from 236 million to 860, 400% jump. That I don't see that. I don't see that in other companies. That's just pretty good. And one more thing I want to go over the cash flow. The biggest number that I see, first of all, is the positive cash flow. At the end of 2020, they finished the year at $13 million positive cash flow. Positive for the first time. If you look here from 2018, they went from a negative 50 million cash flow to negative 15 million. That's a great jump. They declared $40 million in negative cash flow, and then they did another 30 million or so in cash flow, so they're now positive. People are sleeping on Fiverr. Not a lot of people, because this stock is a mover. That they move from 200 to 300 in like a month and a half, went back down to 200 now, and I'm sure it will go back to 350 in no time. At least what I think. Other than that, we got issue of debt. They issue more debt, issue more stock. It's not good. I'm not saying they're perfect, not good, but look at this. Repurchase of capital stock. They're doing a buyback in 2020 for the first time ever. Look at this. Not here, not here, not here. 2020, they actually bought Fiverr stock $43 million. That's massive. They're still growing, and that's the first time they're buying Fiverr stock. What's next? A couple of years from now, you will get the Fiverr dividend. Really hope so. This has a chance to be a very, very lucrative winning stock in your portfolio, in my opinion alone, and it is gonna be a winning stock in my portfolio as well. That's what I think. But this is a great, they did a buyback and they went positive cash flow for the first time ever in 2020. Can't wait to see what 2021 will be. In conclusion, guys, I am super bullish on Fiverr. Financials look pretty massively awesome. In the long term, growth is awesome as well. Do not listen to me, do your own due diligence, but I am insanely bullish on Fiverr, and this is part of my long-term portfolio as well as part of my spending. Every gig that I do on YouTube, I go straight to Fiverr. I don't try to invent the wheel. Go to Fiverr and I found what I need to find, and the deal gets done and the job gets done. This is awesome. Tons of companies, the ones that I mentioned before, plus also this one, L'Oreal, Unilever, ByteDance, which is TikTok, 888.com, the poker company, MyHeritage. It's another great app that I've heard lately on my TikTok. I am super loving Fiverr, and if you gain any sort of value from this video, guys, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification, check my description below to find tons of great valuable options, including Motley Fool, where you can subscribe, plus other good stuff, only if you gain value from me, and it will also support this channel. Thank you, guys. I'm super insanely bullish on Fiverr. Thank you for that, and I will see you in the next video. Yep.